everyone, today I'll be reviewing this brand new documentary series just dropped on Netflix called Nicole Smith You Don't Know Me. And this documentary series, it is based on this famous model Nicole Smith, who I guess she died when she was only 39 years old because of drug overdose. That is what we know about her. So I'm going to be honest here. I actually didn't know who that she was because she is an actress or anything like that. Like, I don't need to know her. So looks like she was once model for Playboy magazine. And the minute you hear that, you know, how the story gonna be, so looks like she did became famous after that, I guess, after getting that chance. But looks like through this documentary, you know, these days you cannot trust any documentaries on Netflix because they do made up stuff. However, this documentary series, I was listening to the director. What was she thinking before making this documentary series? And she said she wanted to make like Nicole Smith, her character, to be sympathetic. So if you watch this, you feel sorry for her. So I will say, as a documentary series, it is only 1 hour and something long, and not sorry, it's like 2 hours something. I was thinking how many but anyway, it's not that long. As this documentary series starts, I will say it is the first act. It is quite engaging, especially don't know about her. You know, she is from this small town from Texas, and the way she grew up, her story, the minute you hear her, she's from Texas, this small town, and her mom has this, like, like her stepfather was abusing her. The minute you hear this story, you know how the thing gonna go or play out. And even when her father showed up in these documentaries, even then I knew bit by bit, it does have all this, you know, how some people's, well, I'm not saying it's not true by any mean, but this kind of story, it felt very like, I have seen it in movies so many times. People from small town or all this abusive relationship they have. Looks like she had all this abusive relationship growing up, and you know, she had a son, and then she tried to raise her son. Then she gets into somehow this Playboy magazine cover, and then I guess she meets this billionaire, Mr. Marshall, I guess they were calling him, this old person who wanted to marry her. Then she's like, oh, I'm not gonna marry you because people will think I'm a gold digger, and then she tried to find her own life first. And this series while this series does start, you really feel sorry for her. But as the series goes on, because end of the day, all this celebrity, like when you learn more about them, they're messed up people. They're not normal people. They're not your traditional people. They're all messed up. They all have all this messed up childhood. Again, I don't know if it's a true or false, because her childhood feel like, I have seen this blonde ladies with the big breast, this childhood before. That is why I felt like it felt very made up. I'm sorry, I'm saying this because I have seen this kind of story so many times. It was really predictable. Well, this is a documentary, and so many times this documentary, I felt really lazy way it was made. It was just, they're just playing you all her reality show. I think she did with each channel. So I'm guessing Netflix paid them for this, because these are all copyrighted material they were showing. Yeah, I was like, is this documentary was interesting? It was interesting for people who want to know more about them. For, I think, normal people, do you want to check this out? Again, if you want to know more about it, I guess you could. The only thing I found interesting is that one lawyer, he was talking about how he tricked her to talk front of the jury. Like, you know, she was talking about stuff, then at first jury were really liking her, then later they didn't. And there's a couple of paparazzi, they came on this documentary, and when they're talking about Nicole Smith, I found their interview to be very interesting. That means that there's one lady who was she was claiming to be her girlfriend, or like she has this romantic relationship with her. And I was like, are you making this up? or is this real? I was really confused by her statement. It was beyond like, what? uh, yeah, these are the things I like. I guess I didn't like how it, I guess, yeah, that's how she could be. But end of the day, I guess, these people, they get famous, then they become messed up because she was just taking drugs. After taking drug, I guess she was ignoring her husband, then he died, then she had some battle with his son, because she was trying to get his, although I think she did get half of his estate, didn't she? Oh, so that is very interesting. I guess the son, he's probably thinking, why would I pay her, this lady who just hanging with my dad, especially this guy, he's on wheelchair, he's old, like, why would yeah, this world is a really funny place when you are rich and when you are nobody. How this work? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I did feel sad for her. Then again, I didn't feel sad when, because people are not taking drug and overusing it. Like she has kids, didn't look like, and she was really flashy and shining in front of the camera, and yeah. I don't know. That's what I was thinking when I was watching it. As a documentary, the first act, it is very engaging, and the second act is also interesting. But as it goes on, this documentary puts you into like, whoa, where is this going? It does make you feel, especially if you know the story, it does make you feel very in uncomfortable situation. Then again, this documentary, I think it done its job. People who don't know anything about her did gave you some idea how did she came here, although I don't know how much is real or made up. That is what I'm gonna say. But it is still entertaining, I think, although it is a little bit adult type, because she was, end of the day, I guess she was a, you know what she was. When you watch it, I think it was quite adult. I was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting to see this many boobs, and it was like, enough I have seen. Then this lady was saying, enough. Yeah, that's my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this documentary? If you enjoyed about this review, don't forget for other reviews on other Netflix documentary series. If you enjoy this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.